This is Dylan, and you're watching Tech Tech. So, if you're like me and you have grown up and loved playing the game called Animal Crossing, however, I was only a console gamer, so I only grew up playing City Folk, and I never got to play the chance of New Leaf, or I never got to play New Leaf. Well, with all the hype of New Horizons coming out, I decided I wanted to play New Leaf. However, I've never owned a DS, or nor do I want to spend the money for a DS. So you know what? I decided I would figure out how to play it on my PC. So today, I'm going to show you how to emulate it onto the PC, and you'll be able to play it. Also, towards the end of the video, I will show you how to change, or not change, but take your DS game files for Animal Crossing and play it on the PC in case you broke your DS or something and you happen to have the game files still on like a SD card. So I'll show you how to do that as well. I can't go too much in depth because again I don't have a DS. I'll just show you what files you would copy and what to transfer. But without further ado, let's get started. I accidentally closed out my application on Chrome, but I will have a link in the description below to send you to my Drive file, and my Drive file has everything you need right there for you. So I'm going to go to 3ds emulator. So like again, I have a link for this. And if I decide to change it up or anything, I will update the link below because I don't know if I'm going to keep this in my Drive. This right here, Citra, is going to be your emulator program. Go ahead and download that. And you know, we're just going to go ahead and download all of these. Except I'm not going to download the Amiibo folder, but just so you know, those are all the Animal Crossing Amiibo files, and you're able to utilize all of them. So if you were worried about being able to scan those in, you still can. And I will show you where you do that in the application. However, I'm not going to be able to show you completely because you'd have to start the game and get through your first 2 or 3 days in Animal Crossing, and that takes a minute. So I'm going to let all these download. The game itself is going to take the longest, which is going to be a .3ds file. You can see it right there. Any game you're going to play on the emulator has to be a .3ds file, and it has to be decrypted. I already decrypted it for you. That's probably one of the hardest things is trying to find the file and getting it decrypted, but I already got all the hard work done for you. Literally, you just need to download all these files. The other two is you have the I can't even say it now, Amiibo Festival update, and then the other one is the Happy Home Designer update. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my downloads files, and they should be right here. We're going to set up Citrus. So we're going to hit next. Next, go ahead and let it go where it's going to go. Now you can download either version. The top version is more of like beta testing, so it has more bugs. Not sure it's going to run very smoothly. Nightly is the recommended and less likely to have crashing. But you can pick either one. I know with the top one you might be able to pull your graphics up to a higher standard. You know, really max it out. However, my computer is not that fancy. I can't really do that. Nightly's the best. That's all I'm going to say. If you're experienced, you can go with the other one. So that's all you need to download is Nightly. Accept your license. Hit next. It's asking me, do I want a shortcut? Not sure. Next. Install. Let it download. It's really quick, honestly. So we're going to let that happen. Now you see these files. I'm going to make another folder. And I usually name it games, just because in case you ever want to... Oops, it's not... Hold on. Wrong keyboard. So you're going to name it games, and the reason I name it games is because if you decided to emulate any more games that are 3DS games, you want to put them in this folder. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 files here. I'm going to drag them in that folder. And now I'm going to go back here. Citrus is done. We're going to go here. Type in run. Now we're going to go to app data, as I already have typed in. Hit OK. Local. We're going to find the Citrus folder. We're going to go into the version you downloaded. So I downloaded Nightly. We're going to click in here. Then right here we're going to drag in that folder. And you don't have to store it in here, but it's the best place for it because when you launch the game, or I mean not the game but the application, that's its default recommended folder, whatever you want to call it. And so, oh, this is because I deleted it for y'all, so I'm gonna remove that game directly. When you open it up, it should come like this. You're gonna double click, or you know what? I'll just do the add game directly. For you, it might be double click, and then hit games. Now your Animal Crossing should be there. Go ahead and hit emulator or emulation, whatever. I'm not good with words. And you're gonna want to go to your graphics. Probably would have put it on auto. Some of these you click on and off. It really is hard to depend. Like, it's really hard to decide. It depends on your PC. Sometimes they run better with them off. Sometimes they run better with them on. It may depend on your processor. All that fun stuff. Screen layout, I like them side by side. You can play with this all you want. There is this camera here function is in case you want to utilize like a webcam on your computer as if it was a DS camera. I mean all this you could change however you want to do it. Controls, you could change it to a controller, or you could keep it default, or you could change it to whatever you want. Hit OK, and then we're gonna launch the game. And hopefully the update does not automatically come. I think the update's already downloaded. So it's a little bit laggy for me, probably because I'm running my OBS. Okay, the welcome amiibo already showed up because I already had this downloaded prior, which is unfortunate. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop. So when you launch it for the first time like that, it's gonna be just a regular game file. I thought mine was gonna end up that way, but since I already had it prior, it does not. It's already saved into my computer. But to get the update, you're gonna install the CIAs, and you're gonna go in your games folder, and you're gonna download or install the Happy Home Designer. I'll imitate that real quick, and it will do this little bar here. And then when that one's done, you install the New Leaf 1.5, which is the Amiibo update, but for some reason it's already in my system. But you just hit open and it'll download as well, and then boom, you have everything you need. So that's how simple it is to honestly play this game on your PC. Those are the only things you gotta do. Now let's say you have your SD card and your DS broke, and you have your Animal Crossing on it, and you've been holding on to it, but you don't want to buy another DS or whatever the case may be. That's when you will take that file, and, you'd open it in your computer, click the SD card. I'll do an example. Let's say my downloads folder was it. You'll have 3 or 4 different folders that you can't really see what's inside. You just see the folders are there, and it might be a bunch of numbers or letters or whatever it is. If you know what I'm talking about, then you've opened it before. But it should look something very familiar to that. If you do that, you would copy those folders, and where you see open save data location, we're going to take it here. See this little 00000, that is my user profile. So like that would be my DS account. But we're using an emulator, so I don't have one. So you go back to this folder, and you would copy and paste yours in here, or cut, whatever you want to do. And then I would honestly probably delete these 2 here. But that's how you would get your original saved files into the game. And then the world you created back in like 2012 when the game first launched, and you haven't seen ever since because your DS broke in 2015. Well, there you go. Now you have it again. You should be able to launch it, and it'll come right back to you. But that's pretty much it. I just want to make this tutorial because a lot of people are trying to figure out how to emulate it, and it is definitely difficult if you don't have the files available to you. So I made this easy, quick guide. Anyways, y'all take care. Hey, real quick, I almost forgot. I was going to show you the Amiibos way you load them in. So when you get to the Amiibos thing on the game and it says, hey, would you like to load in the Amiibo? And if you're familiar with the game, I'm talking about when you see the little magic like teapot and it comes out kind of like that one movie, that Disney movie, I forget what it's called. Anyways, when he says to pull it out, you click the Amiibo here and then you hit load and you'd open the file wherever the file is located. I would recommend putting those Amiibo files in the same folder with the games, just because it would be a quicker launch. But anyways, that's how you would do that. I almost left it out, so I just wanted to add that in real quick.